Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Drift and Decode, and for our episode for today, we're going to be unboxing the Nikon ZFC digital mirrorless camera. So I recently purchased this one Thursday this week, and this one comes with the 16 to 50 millimeter kit lens. So it's a very clean, very neat, not so bulky packaging from Nikon, and it includes all of the accessories inside and as well as the kit lens that comes with it. So yep, I also purchased, by the way, an additional the SD card, which is the 256 GB SDXC SanDisk Extreme memory card that will go into the mirrorless camera later on. So let's get this big boy open and let's get started. Alright, so let's unbox this big bad boy Nikon ZFC mirrorless camera with 1650 kit lens. So let's open the box. I already ripped off the factory seal, but as you can see, it's always going to have the factory sealed sticker. But yeah, for the purpose of the video, I just already cut this one off so we can open this one now. So yeah, I really like the box, by the way. It's very clean gray, and gray is very simple, very clean, very it's just very simplistic. Nothing more, nothing less. Just the camera itself is being showcased. So let's open this one. Right. Okay, so place it that way. Right. So what do we have here on top? So first we have the Nikon, probably brochure. What do you call this one? Yeah, it contains probably the exclusive member benefits. So anything and everything related to Nikon is here. There's a QR code at the bottom as well if you want to further explore what it is. Right. So we have here the so I purchased this one in Australia, here in Brisbane. So this is the Australian warranty information. This is basically the Nikon International Warranty FAQs, and as well as the rules, terms and conditions and all that. So it's just a simple 2-page FAQs about the TC&Cs. Right, ooh, okay, so what's this? Right, so the Nikon service warranty. So I have 2 service warranty here. The first one is for the kit lens, and the other one is for the body, I assume. So that's a ZFC. So I purchased this one just a week ago, actually. And lastly, for the documentations, we have the Nikon ZFC user's manual. So this one contains anything and everything about the camera, how to operate the camera, how to maintain the camera, how to take good care of the camera for it to last longer, and as well as some care instructions. I assume this one is in English and some other language, probably Spanish or Chinese, but yeah. So this one contains anything and everything, basically your Bible if you want to explore and if you want to know more about your Nikon ZFC mirrorless camera. Let's put this documentations on the side and let's open the second level of the box. Okay, so we have 3 compartments here. The first one on the left, it looks like a lens. It looks small and cylindrical. So let's start with this one. Right, so it's wrapped in a, I don't know what you call this wrapping, but it's wrapped with a, I don't know, soft, plasticky, styrofoamy wrapper. We'll put this on the side. Yep, so this is the Nikon 1650 kit lens. So this comes with the packaging itself. So 16 to 50 millimeters. So Nikon, if I'll just remove the cap off. So that's basically the front of the lens. I'll close it so we're not going to be accumulating any dusts. So on the side, on the dial, you can see the manual adjustments and as well as the numbers. So it's the 16 to 50. And at the bottom, of course, this is where your sensor comes in. It's currently closed. I don't want to open it, but I think everyone's familiar already on what the sensor looks like. So yep, so this one is just securely covered to avoid from any dust and any particles that are coming into the sensor and damage the sensor. So yeah, I really like the color actually. It's silver, which blends well with the typical ZFC camera body. So it's really sleek, very nice, very edgy, very modern as well. I really like it. Right, let's go to the next one. On the left side, again, the second compartment, we have here the camera strap. So it's the Nikon Z black camera strap for our camera. I'm not going to open this yet, but I'll open this one later when we assemble the camera. I think it's going to be, the length should be comfortable enough to fit on a regular person's neck. So yep. And as always, Nikon have very simplistic but very unique and very sleek design. As part of the second compartment, right, so we have here the battery and the battery charger. So let's start first with the battery charger. So this is what it is. So this is the Australian plug because I purchased my camera here in Australia. So it's currently using the Aussie plug. But of course, if you're living in the US or if you're living in any Asian countries or European countries that have a different plug, just buy your own adapter. Or usually if you buy your Nikon cameras from a different country, by default, they will be using your country's electric plug anyway. And this is the other side. This is where your battery goes if you charge your Nikon battery. I've read a few information online that it depends on the quality of the pictures and the videos that you're taking. But I think if you're going to take a video, continuous video for Nikon ZFC, I think it's going to last 30 minutes continuous for the video shoot. And for the photos, it can last, of course, longer than the video. So the other item that comes with the battery charger is, of course, the battery itself. So this is the battery. It's fairly secured. Again, it has a cap because the prongs are here. And this is it. So this one is the rechargeable lithium-ion battery pack, EN-EL25, 7.6 volts, 1120 milliampere hour, 8.5 watt hour. So it's very small and very compact. And later on, we're going to be putting all of these accessories and components inside our Nikon ZFC camera. And of course, the most awaited part is the camera body. So this is the big compartment here on the right side. Okay, it has a lot of bubble wrap and a lot of waste. I must admit, it's very useless, but yeah, just to make the camera secure. But yeah, it's wrapped into bubble wraps and another soft styrofoam. I don't know what you call this one. Yeah, it's wrapped in another packaging. And this is it. The Nikon ZFC mirrorless camera. And this one is the walnut brown color. So if you're familiar with the Nikon ZFC camera range, I think they have around 8 to 10 different colors that you can choose from. So I was tossing between midnight gray, walnut brown, which is the one I'm getting now, I got now, and as well as the standard black body. But when I went to the shops last week, they didn't have the midnight gray option, which was my first option actually. So unfortunately, I went with my second choice, which is walnut brown, this one. And they didn't have anything on stock, but it's much faster to be replenished than the midnight gray. So this is it. So this is the front of the camera. So this is your camera lens cover because our camera lens is separate earlier. So I'm going to be attaching it later. So this is the front. You have 2 buttons here. I need to explore what these ones are. And as well as the rotating dial here. On the top, you have probably 3 dials. On the left one, you have a big 1 dial, and then something that you can press on top. And then on the right side, you have 2 dials, the big one and the smaller one, and the button here. Right, so this is the back side of the camera. So this is the viewfinder, and you have here a few buttons, navigation buttons on the left side of your view. So you have here the menu button, the delete button, you show me somewhere there, and as well as some other information buttons. And you have a dial here on top. And on the other side, you have a couple of buttons as well. And as always, Nikon, the display is always interesting. And this is always the selling point for me when buying Nikon, is that they have a very good LCD display. And what's good is that the display can be rotated 180 degrees. So for example, if you're taking a selfie, it's really advantageous to have this rotating screen. So you can see yourself while taking your selfie photos, and you can always flip this one back and see the photos 180 degrees. So it's really good that you have this rotating screen option, and you can see the photos from both on the front side and the back side. And at the bottom, I assume this is the battery compartment on the left and the camera mounting in the middle. So if you want to mount your Nikon ZFC camera in a tripod or a selfie stick or a monopod, so you can use this camera mount location here in the middle. So that's it. It really looks nice. Very sleek, very forward-looking design, walnut brown color. I assume this is not real leather, but more of a synthetic leather. But the look and feel is really good. It's very posh, to be honest. And I think the target market for Nikon for the ZFC for this model is for content creators and influencers and vloggers as well that would prefer design over functionality. I mean, functionality should also be there, but design is also a critical factor. And I'm pretty sure if you're going to be using this Nikon ZFC for any particular color, it's going to stand out in the crowd. That's 100% sure. And again, they have around 8 to 10 different colors that you can choose from for the camera body skin. All right, so we've assembled our Nikon ZFC camera. So we attached the lens. This is again the 16 to 50 millimeters kit lens. We also snuck in the battery at the bottom. I'll just make sure this one's off. Yep. So I'll just open the battery compartment again quickly. Yep. So in the battery compartment, as you can see, this is where the battery goes, and the SD card 2056 GB that I bought separately. So the SD card compartment is also at the bottom here. Let's close this one up. Just quickly on the left side of the camera, this is where all of your connections are found. So I'm not sure if you can see it clearly, but we have here the HDMI option, USB option, and the microphone headphone jack. So we have here I can't see what it is, HDMI, USB-C, and the audio jack for your microphone. Yep, so we have 3 options in there. And you have a rubber cover to protect that one from any dust and water that's coming in. Okay. So I also attached the camera strap. So this is again the Nikon Z camera strap. It's easy to attach on the sides, really. And let's turn this on. So you have here the on and off button on the right hand side. So it's just literally flicking it over to the left and right to turn it on and off. I'll just quickly remove the camera lens cover. Right, so that's where the camera is. And you have here the manual rotary dial on your camera lens. Right. And I'll just turn it off quickly for now while I discuss the dials. So on top here, you have 3 dials, 1 on the left and then 2 on the right. So on the left side, this is your ISO. So you have here the ISO 100, 200, 400, 800, so on and so forth. And you can rotate this one and select your own ISO. The only weird thing here though is that on the top of the dial, you have here a small button in the middle. So you need to click the button before you can actually rotate the dial and select your ISO number. Else, if you don't push the small button on top, you're not going to be able to rotate this one. On the left-hand side of the ISO selection, we have here the shooting options. You can select manual, automatic, shutter priority. I think I forgot what P meant, and the automatic option. So you can always just select this one here. So you have here the dial as well. I'm not sure if it's shown clearly on the camera, but you have here the dial on the left-hand side to select your shooting priorities. So on the right-hand side, you have the 2 dials. Again, the big one is for your shutter speed. So this one is, it's a bit weird because you can rotate this one without pressing the button on top. So I'm not sure what the difference is between the buttons of the 2 big dials. But on the right-hand side for the shutter speed, you can just simply rotate it without even pressing the button on top. And then the smaller rotary dial on top, I think this one is for the exposure. So 0, +1, +2, +3, and you can also rotate this one. And at the back side, you have here the option to select whether to take a photo or a video. Right, so let's turn this one on quickly. So after turning it on, I'm not sure if there's a battery though, because I haven't charged this one yet because I just recently unboxed this. But, oh yeah, it turned on. So this is the back side. So I'll just flip it over. So that's what it is. So as you can see, I still need to configure this one because I haven't configured anything yet on the settings. So automatically it asks me to select the language for the configuration and the setup. But yep, that's about it. I'll set it up later and optimize the menu settings. And let's close that one up. And let's turn it off for now. So yep, that's basically it for the Nikon ZFC mirrorless camera, walnut brown color. The only downside for me here is I would love to have a grip here. So I'll just flip the camera over to the front again. I would love to have a camera grip here on the side. It looks a bit flat at the moment, and in terms of ergonomics and usability and properly handling the camera, I would love to prefer something that's protruding or something that's bulky on this side or bulging out on this side so that my fingers can grab onto something when taking the photo. I think that's just the natural way of holding a camera. So it's just a bit of a shame for Nikon for not having that grip function here on the right side so that your hands can hold onto something while taking your photos. But overall, design-wise, I'm very, very impressed about the camera. The look and feel is really nice. And the camera lens color goes well with the camera body. So yep, that's a plus for me. And in terms of value for money, for 1,600 Australian dollars for both the camera body plus the 16-50mm kit lens, I think it's worth the money. It's really worth it. So that's our unboxing video for today for the Nikon ZFC mirrorless camera with the 16-50 kit lens. And I hope you enjoyed the unboxing and have learned slightly a few good insights and information about what's included on the Nikon camera package. And I'll try to set this camera up first and take some sample shots, and I'll be posting another set of video for the different sets of photos that's going to be taken using this new camera. And once again, don't forget to hit subscribe for you to be updated of some future contents here at Drift and Decode. And I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Have a good weekend. Enjoy. See ya.